All right, what up, everyone? We are live back in action. It's time to make it happen. Welcome in for another edition of the Third and Three podcast, presented by the Sports Column and brought to you by Reebok. Go to thirdand3podcast.com for all the latest deals. Hey, winter wear up there, like D, where he is up in some undisclosed location in Canada right now. He needs some winter wear. All right, so he's going to be going on Reebok. All right, get some new kits. Got to be messing him up, scruffing him up. Do what you got to do. Take advantage of our offer. Let us offer to you at thirdand3podcast.com all the goodies that Reebok has got. Let's roll. Time to do it. I'm joined as always by my charming and talented co-host. I won't tell you which one is which, but we got Nikki in the house. The real deal, Damian Adams. What's up, guys?
Oh, not much. Just Together Blue, just at me again. You guys, honestly, you make me want to switch teams.
For those who don't know, Nikki made a prediction earlier in the year, and it wasn't a biased prediction. It was a legit prediction that Brian Daboll would be coach of the year. So a couple of people come at her on Twitter where she was just backing it up, what she said, and people thought she was jumping on the bandwagon. Her, of all people, jumping on the Giants bandwagon. Come on.
Yeah, no, Nikki's definitely been a loyal Giants fan for a very, very long time, especially as long as I've known her, for sure. Mm-hmm. And now she finally gets to, just have some of that glory come over her. And now they're ruining that for you. I hate that.
Yeah, they are.
No, definitely, Nikki. If anybody's watching, Nikki's been on the Brian Daboll Coach of the Year train all year. It's her with that one. Mine was Justin Jefferson Offensive Player of the Year, which still may not happen, but he's definitely in the running. And Tua Tagovailoa taking that quantum leap, it unfortunately has been through some injuries this year, but that's we've all had our prediction that we've been on all year, and that's definitely hers was Brian Daboll Coach of the Year.
No diggity, no doubt, Sean. What's up, affiliated Poppy? Yes, Happy New Year to you. We appreciate it, no doubt. All right, so we got some stuff. Obviously, we're going to talk about. We're going to have a lot of fun. We really are. We're going to talk a lot of football. Have a great time. Week 18, it's all over the place. Giants are in the playoffs. Nikki, congratulations. Yes. First time since 2016. My Niners are fighting for a possible number 1 seed. And Damian
has false hope, like he didn't want.
Oh, my goodness. What in God's name is going on over there? I don't know how this happened, but the Saints have still some weird mathematical chance of
getting they do.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at it. I know it's some crazy some crazy stuff has to happen for us to make the playoffs, but right. I doubt all that crazy stuff is going to happen. So I pretty much, once Tampa Bay won, I'm like, okay, we're eliminated. Good. But I was shocked. We played our best game of the year against, what a lot of people would think is the best team so far this year. It's Philadelphia. We look great. This is the Saints defense I expected all year. When I made that prediction that the Saints would make the Super Bowl, this is the team I thought we would have. Okay. So this is what I saw coming. So.
Yeah, and they used Taysom Hill a lot in the beginning. I was surprised to see them go away from it more toward, the second, third, and fourth quarter because it was working. But irregardless, they won the game and the Saints played well. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I had a feeling they were going to win and Philly wasn't going to show up. How does Philly go from that game in Dallas where, the defense didn't perform well, but the offense was on point, to putting up 10 points at home against the Saints? That's messed up, man. That would, give me pause. Like Philly, understandably, they don't got Jalen Hurts right now, Nikki, but the whole team is taking a step back, including their offensive line. Lane Johnson is hurt. They are not going into the playoffs like you want to go into the playoffs.
Good.
Yeah, you're happy.
The fuck do I care? Great.
She's ecstatic about it. But for me, who actually, I want the 49ers to fucking get there. Let's not be crazy. But if they don't, my pick was the Philadelphia Eagles. And D, you had Philly going 12-5 also this year. We were all about them. It looks kind of weird right now, man. I don't have confidence in Philly if I were a fan.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something to give you cause to pause because if Jalen Hurts, we don't know the exact extent of his injury. So if he comes back and he's not the same, he can't do the same things he does in the running game. So if you're seeing him not being able to run the ball, maybe you're seeing what this offense looks like without that threat, right? Gardner Minshew is a good backup. He's, of course, not nowhere near as good as Jalen Hurts, but he should be able to get more than what they were able to do against the Saints. And man, the Saints were just sitting on everything. Like you see the interception by Marshawn Lattimore. He just was sitting on that slant route.
It was like he was in the offensive huddle. He knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah, so they were sitting on routes. They knew nothing was going to threaten them deep. And that's the thing with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts does threaten you deep along with the running attack. And do you think, let me ask you guys this question. Do you think these last couple of games have improved Jalen Hurts' MVP chances?
Yes. Let me jump out immediately and say 1,000,000,000%. I mean, this proves it to me that this guy is the MVP this year. There is no question in my mind now. I was thinking about that earlier, so it's funny that you brought it up. Nikki, I definitely think that this shows that he is the MVP because they were, 13-1? And now they lost their last, 13-2, whatever it was, and losing a couple of games over here with Gardner Minshew. I think so.
Oh, yeah, I think so for sure. I mean, and you know what? We talked about this on Rush Hour, but I flipped it to Lamar Jackson. Not that he would be MVP, but like, is his contract price just going up and up and up? Because, like we always say, what are the Ravens without Lamar Jackson? Well, now we're seeing that.
Exactly.
So I feel like that's another case where you don't have your quarterback, but he's just proving his value by not being there.
That's well said. And Lamar Jackson was my MVP going into the season. Clearly, he's not going to win it, but he is obviously showing his value because, Huntley can't run the offense like him. Again, that offense is tailor-made for Lamar Jackson, and he's showing that he is a viable MVP candidate. And, affiliated Poppy, nobody can really believe that the Saints won that game so much, but they did. So we got to see about your Philadelphia Eagles over there. And, all right, we're going to talk about all the games, but, the most important thing that we need to talk about that three of us haven't yet on air, at least, is Damar Hamlin, of course. So we all know the story for the most part, had cardiac arrest on the field, which is unprecedented, never even heard of or even could contemplate that happening in my mind. Administered CPR on the field. When I heard that, I'm like, well, okay, that's it. But the good news is there is some good news that he has made, significant positive progress overnight into today. So the doctors are a little more hopeful, but let's not, we're not out of the woods yet. He's still in critical condition in ICU. So I really wanted to get you guys' initial reaction to what happened, and we can peel back, different layers of this over here because there's a lot of it to talk about. And as far as the NFL rules and safety is concerned, but I believe in number one, guys, the power of prayer. And I think that really does work. And I was praying, and I don't know about you, but Monday night, I fell asleep for a couple hours, and then that was it. I was up checking my phone, looking at the news. And when I went into work, everybody was telling me the same thing. They couldn't sleep last night. All my friends could not freaking get a wink of sleep because of the situation. That's how scary it was, and really comes and hits home like nothing we've ever seen before. So let me go to you guys over here. Damien, when you saw that, and even to right now, your initial reaction and how you feel about it, just again, what you thought and what was going through your mind, man.
Yeah, so during the game, I was watching it on my phone, but I was also running errands. So I missed the initial play when it happened, right? And that's when I text you guys, like, what exactly happened? Because when I got back to watching it, the first thing I saw was Josh Allen's face.
Yeah.
And that image, I was like, something's really wrong. Like, that's not this guy broke his leg or this guy tore his ACL type look that he had, right? And once I saw the play, it really shook me up a little bit because it's like you said, it wasn't some crazy head-to-head hit. It wasn't one of those plays where initially like, oh, this could be dangerous. This could be something. This was your normal tackle that he's made that tackle 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
And for that tackle to have this type of impact, and we don't know if there's any previous conditions, but as far as we know, there wasn't anything previous. It wasn't like situations where we've seen in basketball where players have, collapsed and passed away, but they had a previous condition that went untreated.
Right.
This was something where it just had to be the most imperfect hit at the most imperfect time when it came to that. And for that type of hit to lead to this really scares you for just how fragile, life can be,
Absolutely.
And it definitely was something where initially I was like, man, this is, just super scary. You just send your prayers, like you said, to him, to the family. You love to see the outpouring, You love to see the outpouring that his charity got all these donations, and that's going to be a good thing for the kids. And I just, pray that he can get back to, just being, hopefully he survives through it and gets back to just a normal life, and he can enjoy and see the pouring that's coming out from people trying to show their love. And I just hope that's what we see. But yeah, initially it's just scary. And I knew there was no way they were going to be able to play this game. Like we talked about in the group chat, there was no way they're going to be able to go forward and play. Like we've seen all types of things happen, right? With bad concussions, players being paralyzed. But when life or death is in question, that's when you can't just continue.
100%, man. And I'm just going to follow that up before I go to Nikki. Want to appreciate Jonathan Mathis for the shout out. And yeah, we do got a collab. Really appreciate that you listen to the podcast, man. So that is awesome. We really appreciate that, Jonathan.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Yeah. D, you said it all right there. And Nikki, I go to you by now thinking, if you're a parent, Nikki, if you had a son, does this make you not want him to play football anymore? And before I even get to that question, again, this hit wasn't one of those where head-to-head helmet, like it was intentional sort of thing. This was, like Dee said, a perfect storm in the most negative way you can possibly imagine that this happened. And this kid is fighting for his life right now. And it is unbelievable, like you said, the outpouring and what you see coming back from fans, from other players, the way they talk about this guy. And again, it doesn't matter how good of a person he is, but he is a really, really good kid. Everybody who talks about him loves him, which of course makes it harder because he's not one of these, like, he's not an enemy of the state or anything like that. A really great kid, really great guy. And like his charity, they've been looking for $2,500. They got over $5 million for this. It's unbelievable, and not without even asking. So it is great what everybody's giving back. And Nikki, that's why I go to that positive power of prayer and how we can really be there. And I know a lot of people don't believe in that sort of stuff, the consciousness of the world and the power of prayer collectively together. But I know it works, and I believe we keep doing that. He went from 100% on the oxygen tank to 50%. Let's get it down to 25, then some, and so on and so forth. So, Nikki, all that being said, I know you saw it live, and I know it had to be confusing at the time, like, what's exactly going on over here? And never did we think it was going to be cardiac arrest on the field. That was just unreal news to hear. And they administered CPR. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so I just came off rush hour. It was Monday night. Obviously, we're on rush hour. I just came off the show, and we just finished it up by picking against the spread. And I was like, I can't wait for this game. So, I go out, I make dinner, I'm eating dinner, I have the game on, right? And I'm not really I was kind of paying attention, but I was friggin' starving, as I usually am after a podcast. And I just wasn't paying attention. I'm like, oh, an injury, oh, a timeout, okay, commercial break. We've seen that before. Right. But it is not until they were like, oh, the ambulance is out here. He's received CPR for 9 minutes. And I just looked up and I'm like, wait, what is going on here? And then, that was it. You were just glued to the TV. I don't have kids. I don't have a son, but I have a nephew, and I would be a wreck. So I can't imagine what his parents, his mom, his family is feeling. If you guys saw that video beforehand, right before the game, he was out there with his family and giving them a hug. How terrifying is that for his teammates? I thought the cool thing was everybody shielded him from the cameras, right? And just kind of created this human wall. It's terrifying, right? It's absolutely terrifying. We've never seen anything quite like that. I've never seen anything in my life like that. We've seen some horrible injuries, but nothing to that degree. It's something to be said. I tweeted this out that when we all come together for a greater good, we are very powerful. No matter what you believe, just coming together to do something good instead of tearing each other apart or spewing hate or coming at people. But when you band together, amazing things can happen. So we all wish the best for this kid. We do. I know I speak for this podcast, my other podcast that I'm on. It's a collective. We are pulling for this kid. And I don't think I've refreshed Twitter so much in my life just to get an update. Yeah. And I know there's so many people who are DMing, and maybe you guys are probably getting it too, asking if we have updates. I really don't. I wish I did, but I don't. And another thing on that, I did tweet out to listen, we're content creators, right? And some of us have media credentials, and we're out here giving you news and opinion. And I just want everyone to remember that there is a code of ethics that should be followed. Yes. Your opinion is not fact. you have a responsibility to deliver the facts and to have integrity when you do that. So just a gentle reminder to everybody to use your platform wisely and be careful of what you say and who you're saying it about.
Well said, Nikki. Very well said right there. You're absolutely right, because everybody can jump on this topic, and everybody has been jumping on this topic. I hate to call it a topic. I mean, but it is the number one thing going on right now in sports or even in the world. And again, the whole entire country and even outside the country, people giving their prayers and, giving money toward his charity and everything like that. It has been really amazing. And it's too bad, like you say, that it takes a tragedy to bring us together. Like, why can't we all be freaking cool all the time and just love each other? And you know what? If you don't like somebody, then don't say anything and certain things.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, really. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that. Look, we know that certain people got hate in this world, but you know what? Keep that hate to yourself, man, and try to find some way to get out of it. And I don't want to get too much off track over here, but the point is that it is amazing, again, how so many people from all over the country and now even the world are coming together, D, to get behind this and praying for him so much. And Cincinnati has done a great job. I think the NFL obviously did the right thing by, suspending the game or postponing it or whatever's going to go on. And the game is really irrelevant at this point, but the NFL did the right thing. I tweeted out as soon as I heard that they were CPR administered, I'm like, this game has got to stop. Stop. They cannot come out and play. There's no freaking way in the world. And thank God that's what they did, because I can't imagine, D, being a player on that team, Buffalo or Cincinnati, and going out and playing a football game after that. No way.
No, and the thing is, like, I played sports growing up, and anybody who's played sports, we've seen injuries, right? And I remember in high school, we had a kid who broke his leg really bad in a game, and it was hard to continue playing after that, because you're like, oh my God, and it happened like literally like 5 feet away from me, and I saw it and heard it, unfortunately. And when you see something like that, it's hard to go about playing without thinking about that, right? The rest of the game, I'm not jumping, because I'm thinking, I just saw this guy come down on his leg and it shatter. I don't want that to happen to me. So imagine what they're thinking when they see a player go into cardiac arrest and need CPR on the field and not be able to give us that thumbs up, right? We always get the thumbs up, right? And him not to be able to give us that thumbs up, that's something that, is just jarring. So as a player, there's no way I could have played. I'm so glad the coaches came together. Yeah. And from what we hear with Sean McDermott, that came out to Coach Taylor and was like, yo, I got to go to the hospital. We can't play the rest of this game. I know that people were like being critical of the NFL. We have no idea what was going on their side, because this is new to them too. Like, people that's in that office never been through this situation. So for them, they're probably just trying to figure out what to do, like how to go about it in the right way. So I think that it's something where it was all handled correctly. There's no need to say it wasn't handled fast enough, because the right thing was done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So for people that was like, why wasn't it canceled faster? Because they were trying to figure out, everybody was trying to figure out what was going on.
I assume they needed to get the appropriate information before making public statements, right? Because again, like we just talked about, they have a responsibility to deliver, the correct information. But I assume that, like you said, Dee, like this was new to them. They had to wait for, information. I'm sure they needed to talk to the coaches and the teams. And so I can't knock them too much for this.
No, good, Dee.
Oh, I was just agreeing with Nikki.
All right. Again, there's so many different ways to go with this. We're actually getting a question about Skip Bayless. I don't know if you guys heard what he said.
So I saw the tweet. I don't think he meant what people took it as. He just worded it in an extremely bad way, especially for somebody who's been a journalist he was a journalist for a long time before he became a TV personality, right?
Yeah.
So somebody of all his experience to word it that way, it was just a horrible worded tweet. I know what he was trying to say, but he shouldn't even brought up the playoff implications. That shouldn't even been brought up in the tweet. That's where he went wrong. Right. But I don't think he's a bad person. As much as I don't like Skip and don't get why Skip Bayless is the guy who, made all this money doing what we do.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a bad person, and I don't think he meant it in that way that it was taken.
All right. I appreciate that context, because I didn't hear him say it, but the tweet is, for anybody who doesn't know, during what happened on Monday night, Bayless tweeted that, no doubt, in quote, No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game, but how? Question mark. This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Everything is irrelevant after what happened to that. There's no doubt. So you may be right, D, and I don't know, because I didn't hear the words come out of his mouth. I didn't hear the context of it in the way he was speaking. I do know Skip Bayless to be somewhat of a dick, all right, going back to first take days. I really never liked him, but was he playing a persona? Was he playing a personality and feeding into the show? Maybe that's part of it. But again, he does seem like somebody who comes off insensitive to me. And yeah, I understand that we got to talk about the game at some point, but he picked the wrong point in time, Nikki. That's what you're talking about earlier when you got facts and things that you want to talk about, saying it at the right time. He didn't do it right. And that's just, again, why I believe that. Was he being cruel? I don't know, but he's just insensitive the way it comes off.
Yeah, I mean, he's a clown, right? Like, can't stand the guy. I often, like, his takes are just, and I really do think they're for show, right? There's a producer in his ear, like, say this or whatever. But
be a dick.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, give us some entertainment. But again, it was just like poorly worded. It was bad timing. It just wasn't the right delivery. And I just can't harp on it enough. Listen, I don't always have the right delivery either, but I think sometimes you need to just take a beat before you hit send and, think about it, especially if you're in the public eye, like he is. So, text and words can be misinterpreted, right? Because you have no context. You can't see somebody say something. You can't see their body language. You can't make eye contact. You're just reading words. And I know I'll tweet stuff and it gets taken out of context and it pisses me off, but I have to understand that the people on the other side, they don't know me, right? They might not know my personality like you guys do. So just have to be careful what you say when you say it.
No doubt. And we're getting comments definitely on the side. We're not liking Skip Bayless over here from Shakeback Media Group over here and Talking Balls.
Shakeback is in here. All right.
Yeah, that's all good. And we're all allowed to have our opinion. You know what? Skip Bayless is irrelevant in this whole thing. He means nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Did Shannon Sharp not show up? Was that what that was?
Something happened. Yeah, Sharp got pissed off, right, Ding?
Yeah, I don't think he was on the show yesterday. And then this morning, he was telling me he should take the tweet down. And Skip was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna take it down." He did like have a follow tweet where he was trying to clarify what he said. Again, I agree with everybody. I'm not a Skip Bayless fan. Like a few weeks ago when him and Shannon got into it, people were asking me about it. I'm like, I don't watch the show. If something doesn't go viral, I don't catch it from Skip Bayless. I've truly been out on him. Even like, because the thing is, he does deserve credit. Not to make this a Skip Bayless conversation. He does deserve credit for the lane that's been created as far as debate, because he's been a big part of that, right? Him on cold pizza back in the day before it was first taken.
Wow, cold pizza. Oh, man.
So he definitely deserves credit for creating a lane that has created a lot of opportunities for people, right? Including myself, right? And I give him that. But the reason that he has that lane is because he's willing to say outrageous things. So that's why people were so quick to, even though I think the tweet wasn't bad intentions, but it just was in bad taste in the way it was worded. I think that because he has his reputation, people were quick to jump on. If it was somebody else who was known for being empathetic and not being a dick, I think that people would have took a step back and like, okay, maybe he didn't mean it this way. How did you actually mean it?
Maybe. And people are also very quick to jump also. We all love to attack people on social media. It's part of what we do. So that definitely goes into it. Shannon Sharp did come back today to work. So he is back over there. And of course, Skip interrupted him while he was talking, always doing his monologue. That's what Skip Bayless freaking does. Jonathan, he ripped Skip earlier on TikTok. And
did he?
And affiliated Sam. Yeah, definitely got to check that out. I got to get freaking TikTok. I'm out of the TikTok planet.
You're on TikTok? You got to get TikTok.
I'm not.
I got sucked into, just to lighten it up a little bit. So I got sucked into this what I eat in a day. And it's like people who are like, I don't care about being on a diet. When I tell you, I literally wasted so much time. I was like, oh my God, this person eats this, and this person eats that. Oh my God. Oh, what? I just literally like rotted my brain and wasted so much time. But I was stuck in it. I couldn't get out. I couldn't stop.
Yeah. You can just go down a rabbit hole on TikTok and be gone for hours. So I just usually get on there, post my video. I might watch a few, and then I get off because I can't be on there too long.
I usually do too, but I got sucked in, and that's it.
like back in the day when I was like 24, I used to play Grand Theft Auto like it was going out of freaking style. Like I'd play it for 5-6 hours without even moving. I wouldn't
San
go to bed.
Andreas, which was Grand Theft Auto. Was there.
On my Atari system, right? Shit. Oh my god. Oh boy. So but no, I kind of like making the juxtaposition. Like I would totally get lost in that world also. Like just total not reality, fake, make whatever you want up type of shit. Crazy. All right. Anyway,
I think we've done it justice, this conversation.
Yes, we have.
I want to shout out to all the content creators who I know have podcasts Monday, Tuesday, today. It's not an easy week, and I know a lot of them are our friends and part of this podcast family, and I think you all handled this phenomenally.
Yes, yeah. I mean, most people have done a really good job with it. There's no doubt. And
definitely a shout out to the people who had to do it live on ESPN. Like I don't know how I would have done that.
No.
Like that had to be incredibly hard.
Lisa Salters did a phenomenal job.
Oh, she was choked up, but she was able to keep it together somehow. I don't know how she's a true pro, like no doubt.
Yeah.
She is a pro. All right, yo, shake back. Thanks, bro. Shake on back next Wednesday, bro.
I want to be Lisa Salters when I grow up and be as professional as she is one day.
She's a total freak. And she's been doing this forever,
I
man.
know.
God. Wow. She's in the Hall of they have Hall of Fame NFL like journalists, right? Don't they have something?
Yeah, well, they have the broadcast journalism Hall of Fame.
Right. I mean, she's slam dunk, man. Like they should put her in now. Like, don't waste any time.
I do think one day they're gonna have like a podcast Hall of Fame, and we're definitely gonna be in there.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
we friggin' better be.
We're going to be the inaugural inductees. That's what's going to happen. Shit. I love doing this podcast with you. Sometimes it's not the greatest of news, but we're doing it. Hey, Talking Balls podcast. We appreciate that, man. And your freaking show is awesome too, by the way. So we got to give you a shout out over here. Look, we got some pretty good shows that are listening right now as well. So, we do appreciate that. No doubt. Hey, what's up, Chris? Chris in the house from Canada. Right next to where D is at right now, Hoppy.
Yeah. I guess D's about to go skiing after the show. I don't know what's going on here. He's got a yacht, a ski lodge, a mansion.
Hey, these 3rd and 3 parlays, excuse me.
Yeah. PSMC is paying you well. I mean, wow. Shout out to them.
This is going to be a tough week this week because a lot of teams aren't playing their guys.
I don't want to pick this week.
I know this is a bad week to pick. And we'll get into what our picks were. But first, Steve, let's do the final edition of regular season bragging rights and crow bites.
Yes. So if you are new to watching the show, this is where we get to brag about something that we've gotten right either the previous week or throughout the season. We also have to eat some crow. What I like to do is eat the crow first and then wash it down with some nice bragging rights. So let's go ahead and start with Jay this week. What are you eating crow on this week?
Okay, so we were picking our games last week, and I was like, all right, I got Tampa 21-18, and I talked myself out of it like a schmuck. I had the game. I'm like, wait a second, the Bucs suck. The Bucs, and they do. They freaking suck. They look terrible that game. If Mike Evans wasn't alive, they would not have won that game because Brady threw 3 prayers, and Nikki trying to make good on her. Mike Evans is going to be the touchdown leader this year. Pick up their 3 in that game. Holy shit. So I have to eat the hell crow all over the damn place for that. Stop going against my gut feeling. And like I told you earlier, I thought New Orleans was going to win too. I'm like, nah, pick Philly. They're home. But no, stupid. Go with your gut, man.
For sure. Definitely always go with your gut. So that's definitely some good crow right there. What are you eating crow on this week, Nikki?
Same thing. I was like, oh, Carolina's going to win. Tampa Bay sucks. Here comes friggin' Tom Brady. And you guys know my rule is, never bet against Tom Brady. But lately I have been because, they suck. But I stand corrected. Again, I should just follow my own rule that is led me to success here. So me thinking Carolina, I guess, was going to pull that out.
Yeah. Again, Chris saying over here right now, I still wouldn't want to face Brady in the Bucs in a wild card game. You just crazy.
No, it's going to be interesting to see if Dallas can overcome that environment. We think it's going to be Dallas unless Philly just totally collapses here.
Quick shout out to my pops over here. Glad that we're back doing our thing and said great opening. Thanks, pops. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
All right.
So for my crow bites, I was very, very confident that the New York Jets would beat the Seattle Seahawks, and nothing of the sort happened. Seattle was very dominant in that game from start to finish. It was never close. So I definitely have to eat some crow on that one for sure.
Yeah, you do. There you go.
So
Me and Nicky
now-
tried to tell you, Seattle. We both picked
tried.
Seattle.
You did. You guys are right. I was wrong about that one for sure. So now let's get to some bragging rights, and we can talk about something that we were right about. So I asked the question: can you call a 2 seed Fugazi?
You certainly did last week. You did.
And the Minnesota Vikings, they got to be the most Fugazi team. Like when you talk about their record compared to their reputation, they might be the most Fugazi team of all time. Like, because no one expects them to win a playoff game. Like, whoever they get matched up against, if it's the Giants, I can see the Giants beating them.
Yeah.
If it's who else, like I said, there's a bunch of teams up for the 7th seed. But if it's Detroit, Green Bay, Seattle, like I can see any of those teams beating Minnesota. I have no trust in them at all. Call them Fugazi, and then next thing you know, they get whooped, just mollywopped,
killed
by Green Bay last week. So that's my bragging rights. I was right about Minnesota. They are Fugazi.
Yeah, that's for that. Aaron Rodgers didn't even have a good game, and I know that because I had him in my fantasy freaking lineup, which I lost the championship to. Congratulations, Drop Balls podcast, Chris. Way to go, bro. That one hurt right there. That one hurt because the Jaguars gave him like 25 points, but I digress. Let's get away from that whole thing right there. Yeah, the crazy shit, man. Minnesota is absolutely Fugazi. They are out of here. And I think the Giants, if they match up in the first round, which looks like the 3-6 matchup, I think, right? Yeah. I think the Giants could beat them. Nicky, I don't want to get your hopes up right away, but I think the Giants will beat them. And you know what? Even you said a couple of weeks ago after Minnesota won on a 61-yard field goal that the Giants were the better team.
Yeah, no, they were. And actually, that is my bragging right. So I took the Giants, took them straight up, and I told you they would cover, and I took the over. So hit it all the way across the board there. Listen, I do not want San Francisco at all whatsoever. I don't want any part of that. No. But the Vikings, we almost had them. They are vulnerable, and you can rattle Kirk Cousins into making stupid mistakes. I'll take the Vikings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
No, that's for sure. And speaking of San Francisco, though, before we get to your bragging rights, Jay, the Raiders. Where did this come from? Jarrett Stidham. I wasn't watching the game. I look up, and they're winning. I'm like, oh, let me turn this game on. And of course, you guys made a great comeback, and Nick Bosa made this great play at the end. But watching that game, is this like Derek Carr's worst day as a professional? Watching this happen and seeing them play like that?
Wow. I got to say, they had a few luck plays. Devontae Adams caught a couple of balls that nobody on the planet can catch. It was pretty amazing. But I mean, I was sitting there watching. I'm like, and then I text you guys in the middle of the game. I'm like, how the fuck did Vegas know that Las Vegas Raiders are going to be favored 1.5? And I mean, they lost by a field goal, obviously, but holy shit, you got to be kidding me, man. They really know shit. They know stuff that nobody knows, man. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, that new QB bump was major right there for sure. So, Jay, what are you bragging about this week?
Chris saying still a rookie, and the playoffs are totally different than Ray. I don't know. He's hot right now, Chris. I don't know. We'll see. But I hear you. I'm going to just bear with me, guys. I made a very specific prediction last week. I said if the Green Bay Packers put Rasul Douglas on TJ Hawkinson, that he would take care of business, and you double up Jefferson with Jair Alexander. That's exactly what happened. Jefferson had a terrible game. Hawkinson had a terrible game. I nailed that shit. I like when I do things like that, like specific, like this player on that one. So Rasul Douglas, thank you for making me look good, especially breaking up that pass. And Darnell Savage took it back for a touchdown. Awesome. D, you talked about Justin Jefferson, your player of the your offensive player of the year. Austin Eckler was mine. He's right there, man. He is right there. Dude's got 100+ catches. He's over 1,000 yards, like all over the place. He's unbelievable. But I also want to thank, even if it doesn't happen, the Lions, the Steelers, and the Dolphins for just remaining relevant until the final regular season game to be in the playoffs. So I don't look that stupid where I did earlier in the year when Detroit was 1-6 and freaking the Steelers were like 2-7 or whatever it was. They've all come back. They've all given themselves mathematically a chance. Even if none of them make it, I still feel good that I had them somewhere near their day. Yeah, no, it's not a bad prediction now that you look back at it, because like you said, the Lions Packers could be for that last playoff game, depending on, how others games, map out. So that would be amazing to see if the Lions get in. You know what's bullshit though? I got to say this, man. This is bullshit. The NFL schedule makers fucked up. They did not. You are not supposed to have the Green Bay Packer Lion game after Seattle plays. What if Seattle wins? That game has become meaningless. Totally meaningless. So why do that? Because we want to see Aaron Rodgers? I don't want his 39-year-old gray ass coming out there. I don't give a shit. We've seen it. Put on Baltimore and Cincinnati in the Sunday night game. I'm sorry to cut you off, D, but they fucked up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, because you're supposed to have it set up to where no team knows what their playoff stuff is until the game is over. So you get the full effort all the way, because it's human nature. Like you see, like, oh, we no longer have a chance. You come down a little bit. That's just part of it. So I think that you are absolutely correct on that. I know, I definitely would not want to make schedules. Like, I know that's a super hard job to do. Like I tell people that about the NBA all the time. Imagine it's hard with 17 games in the NFL. Imagine 82 and all the stuff you got to do with different arenas and different places, having like San Antonio has like a rodeo once a year, and they got set up this rodeo road trip and all the stuff you got to do around different schedules. So I wouldn't want to be a schedule maker, but at times we know that you have to set it up in a certain way. They just didn't do that this time.
Wow, they messed up, man. They really did. They could a couple other games they could have put in that Sunday night slot, but whatever, Nikki. They want to see Aaron Rodgers apparently.
I guess so.
Whatever. All right, where are we?
So I guess it's time
to
make
bragging rights. We're all done with bragging rights. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get an update on records for the 2022 NFL season. The first one being the team records. Nikki, no way we can beat you. Last week of the season, you got 87 wins. I somehow snuck into second because the Lions and the Packers they've been winning a lot of games lately. I got 79, D 73. So Nikki's going to take that one away. As far as the weekly records, so last week, all right, well, let's go over what we did last week. Full triple lock action. Everybody triple lock. So well done.
Oh, nice.
Nikki, N and 5.
Right.
Damian, 9 and 6. Still respectable.
Wow.
But Uncle Jay over here went 12 and 3. So I will
Nice.
the weekly records I will take home now. I cannot be caught. I have 9 on the year. Damian 7, Nikki 3. And going to the Freaky Fantasy Football Draft, Nikki, you put yourself right in the running to tie this championship with me. You won last week. You had a hell of a week, actually. 103 points.
Ooh.
And we had 56, D 47. So, Nikki, you were rolling with Rodgers, Travis Etienne, DJ Moore, the Giants defense, and even Conklin got you points. So, really well done, Nikki. Good job.
All right.
So the way that goes, I got 6 wins. Nikki's got 5. Damian's got 4. This has been the most competitive category all year long. So
that's fitting for us. We're like
It
the NFC East, just like, eat each other alive. Yeah.
right. And the Commanders. Oh my God!
Oh my God. Can we just talk about that? What in the world?
We asked, and D made out the one point that only was a good point. That he's got more ability than Taylor Heineke, which is all well and good. But Taylor Heineke's got the team, Nikki, and Rivera forgot that. Rivera forgot that, and he blew it against Cleveland.
That's not even what I'm upset about. What the hell is with the hog and the pig noses? Like, who approved that? That's horrible. I'm like looking at the crowd. I'm like, do these people have pig noses on?
Yeah,
like
hog,
and now the new mascot. No, their marketing. I cannot.
That's why I don't understand why they went with Commanders. They had the whole hog thing from their glory days of the 80s, right? Like they should have just went with that in the Washington Hogs or something like that. And they could have really just fully went in to that whole thing. But they want to go with Commanders, but then somehow still have the whole pig thing going on. There's like what's happening? How does this even go together? Commanders and like it's
I wonder if Rio knows. Rio's over here. Rio Robinson, your Commanders stink, and so does the team name. Tell us about that, man. Jeez.
The thing is, once you start winning, he called them a poverty franchise on Instagram. It's so funny.
Oh gosh.
So, so great point. That's what I was referencing earlier with the offensive line was called the Hogs, and they went with that. I'm like, they should have just totally went into that and been the Hogs. I don't think there's really any Hogs in professional sports I could think of, like any names like that. Like wild pigs or anything like that.
Maybe a boars, like the closest.
There's probably some college teams that have boars, but besides that, you'd be one of a kind. But you want to go with Commanders, and then you go out there with Commander Wentz, and your season went away.
Commander Wentz. Oh my God. Well, Commander, they're pandering to the military. That makes sense. I mean, that's what it's Washington. It's our capital, so that's what Rio's saying. Okay.
I just think Heineke is better, like with the team. I think he's got better chemistry than Wentz.
The reason why I picked Cleveland last week is because Wentz was the starting quarterback. I knew he was going to throw 3 interceptions. He looked terrible. Terrible.
He was horrible.
What?
And then Rivera press conference, not knowing the scenario that they would be eliminated when Green Bay
Come
won.
on, man. Come on.
They are a mess. That
Yeah.
organization is a mess. It needs
Could've
to
had-
be
They don't do-
sold.
They don't do anything right.
Nothing.
No, they don't. No.
Like,
As long as Daniel
even-
Snyder owns that team, they won't do anything right. And that just, I think that he is the dark shadow over that entire team.
Because even with earlier this year, they did like a memorial to Sean Taylor, and it was just like a mannequin, a wire mannequin.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't, like, if you're gonna do something, do it. Like, go all the way with it. You have the money to make a statue.
Uh-huh.
Like, it then, like, you saw the Dallas Mavericks made a Dirk statue. It was amazing, right? They got all the details, right, even down to the shoes he wore in the finals. And you're like, you see teams do that, and Sean Taylor, who is, you know, a legend, rest in peace, and so beloved in the league, and you go out there and you do a wire mannequin, and what did they expect to happen when they unveiled it? That's my thing. Like, what did they expect in their head? What was the best?
Yeah,
Right. What was the best case scenario in your head once you unveiled it? You have to go through that when you're doing this type of stuff. Like, stop being cheap as a franchise. Stop being stupid. They just can't get it right. And in a great location, they have they have a good fan base, right?
Sure they do,
Like,
yeah.
and they just are wasting it away, man. It makes no sense.
Rio
Yeah,
saying that it's
I
time to
would
see the
be
rookie. And the rookie is starting this week, Sam Howell, right? That's Sam Howell. Is
Oh,
that?
is he starting?
Yeah,
they announced
they got
that
nothing
he
left to
started.
play for. They're freaking done. You know what? They
Yeah.
totally ruined their whole season.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
of course.
got to get a look at, like, what's, you know what I mean? Like,
Where will Carson Wentz be next year? I think he'll be a backup.
home on the bed, like in bed, home. Like, what
He's
do
going to
you
have the
think?
worst job on the planet. He's going to be the backup for the Jets. Like, that is just
No, he needs to
crazy.
stop. He needs to just stop. What, like, there ain't no sunset to ride off in. Just be done. Like, he can't make it through a full season. He malfunctions. Like, we have made fun of him on this show for 3 years now. Just
Yeah.
forgets how to play football, throwing interceptions left and right. Like, nowhere. He needs to be nowhere. Home.
And this is the thing. We for people who don't know, the jokes that we made about Carson Wentz is that he was like a toy
Yes.
where the battery got taken out. He would just malfunction and make these dumb plays. He should have been charged up. He had all his time off. He should have been plugged in, ready to go. And no, he comes out there and obviously his battery is not there. So I can see him being a backup though. He's going to be a backup somewhere. Somebody's going to give him a chance to be a backup quarterback. He's definitely not getting as soon as he walks in there starting job. I do think he'll be a backup quarterback because it's hard to find backups with experience, you know?
But what backup? Who's taking him as a backup?
Well, apparently, Chris is saying that your Giants are going to take him as the backup.
No, Chris is an Eagles fan. I ain't listening to him, but I do agree that FedEx Stadium is. I hear it's not great.
Yeah,
What, the
no, I
facility?
did.
Yeah. Oh,
I've always heard that it's horrible. They
No.
definitely need a new stadium for sure.
It reminds me of Fenway Park where the Red Sox play. Like, when are you going to fucking redo that shit, man? The seats are right next to each other. They're made out of wood. You get a splinter every time you sit down. The stadium is it's ridiculous.
Well,
you
that's the
hate
thing that-
Boston, right? That's one of you hates Boston, right?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan.
No, I haven't been to Boston. I've always heard bad things about the streets and like and people
So
are mean.
tiny.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
you can fit it in the palm of your hand, the city. I swear to God, it is really freaking small. It is
Yeah.
tiny.
I've been there a few times. Attempted to. Well, I did drive one time, and it was no. Just,
I remember me and my friends, we all went out one night. We got there at like 11 o'clock. So we go to like this club and they're like, closing in an hour. I'm like, what the fuck? They closed everything at 1 o'clock. And then we end up meeting a few people. And I guess we were drunk and somebody called me a mobblehead. I'm like, a what?
A what?
A
Bobblehead.
Mobblehead. A marblehead.
Oh, with the accent.
Mobblehead. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck
I
is a
understand.
mobblehead? They were trying to say it's like a town or something. So apparently I was like a townie of mobblehead. Oh my! I laughed at that the whole ride home, man. That killed me. That was hysterical.
But that's the thing, like to get back to your thing about the stadiums where like Fenway, of course, is historic and it has that lore about it. But are we truly that married to like the nostalgia and the whole this has character thing? I'd rather be comfortable than sit in a seat that has character. Like, give me a
If you're a
nice
season ticket
comfortable
holder,
seat.
if you're a season ticket holder and you love the team that much, and you're going to go to like maybe 60 games throughout the year, which is a
Yeah.
hell of a lot, don't you want to be comfortable? Of course.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Character
I
and
couldn't imagine
charming.
sitting in those small seats, especially I'm 6'2", like
Yeah,
so
you're tall.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyone
so the
doesn't
whole,
know, D is actually very tall in person. He's
He's a leg
exactly
room.
what you think he would be and exactly the same person, but he's super tall. And so is his wife.
yeah.
Very
There's
tall.
hours over there. I love
Yeah.
it.
I'm taller than average, but I think I'm just super tall compared to Nikki.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
very
Nikki,
short.
Nikki, you're not the tallest tree in the world. That is for sure.
No, and when people meet me in person, they're like, "Oh, you're a little shorter than I thought you'd be." It's like, yeah, I'm 5'3", so just everyone expect that, okay?
Good things come in small packages. That's the
There
way.
you go.
There you go. All right. Buffalo, everything closes at 10. Well, yeah, I mean, they have one bar for 30 square miles, so I guess nothing going on.
Dang, so no late night buffalo wings?
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's this? Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Worst, very uncomfortable. Saying Mike
Oh,
over
Mike,
here.
what's up?
That's interesting. That's an interesting one. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, I do. I wear heels all the time. Not 6 inches, but like 3.
Then you'd be D's height if you had 6-inch heels on.
Hi, what's it like up there? Just I can reach this and that, and I can just I got no problems.
Being tall isn't all it's cracked up to be, because when you get to a stadium, you got most of the seats aren't built for somebody who's over like 5'10". Airplanes, I always have to pay for extra room for the leg room. Yeah, because I can't do the regular seats anymore. Like my knees are pressed up against the back, and then I literally always sit behind some kid who wants to go like this.
Yeah.
The back of their seat and just banging into my knees. So I have to pay for the extra leg room. So yeah, being tall is not always cracked up to be. It works for basketball. It's nice to have that in basketball. But outside of that, like I do like being tall because you look better, right? Because you're like tall and it's like it works for like
better.
It works,
man.
It works
and
for
nice
like
tall
that.
guys help us at the store, right? When I can't reach, I'll be
There you
climbing
go.
a shelf. So I'm like, oh, let me get that for you. Like, oh, thank you so much.
Yes,
What's up,
that's
Patrick?
true. I can reach things, but when it comes to like sitting down and being in stadiums, which me and my wife love to go to sporting events, that's where the being tall can be an issue for sure.
Yeah, there you go. That's true, right? Everybody's standing up. People stand in front of you standing up. Okay, well, here I go. I'm standing right the hell up, and sorry for you people in the back of me. Blame the people in the front.
Can't.
All right, you guys want to pick some games?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, let me get my paper ready. All right, here we go. We got Saturday games, a couple of them. Why? Man, they should have put those 2 games on Saturday, the freaking Lions and whatever. But who cares? Anyway, back to business over here. We have Saturday action, 4:00 game. The Chiefs and the Raiders are playing each other. The Raiders got nothing to play for. The Chiefs want to hold on to that number 1 seed. Do they, Nikki?
Yes.
Going with Kansas City. What's your score?
32-24.
All right. I got it pretty much the same thing. 31-24 Kansas City. I don't think Jared Stidham's going to have another lights out performance again like he did against my Niners, and I still can't figure that out, D. But it happened. You with us on Kansas City?
Yeah, you can make this one a trifecta. I got Kansas City 31-24 as well.
All right, so let it be written, so let it be done. Moving along, here we go. The Titans and the Jaguars. Okay, Saturday night action. Here we go. This could have been Sunday night.
This is Saturday night game?
This should have been the Sunday night game. But it's not out. The thing is, it's a great game as far as the stakes of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be a great game on the field.
No.
You don't. Well, it might not be because Tennessee's been shit lately. Right now, they're 7-8 or 8-8. No, they're 7-9. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
They're 7-9. Yeah, Jacksonville's 8-8.
And Jacksonville's 8-8. Jacksonville beat them up last time they played about 4 weeks ago. I think they do it again. I fucking love Jacksonville in this game. Tennessee's defense is a little banged up. They're getting a couple of guys back. Yeah, Simmons is coming back at D tackle, which is huge. But I think that the Jaguars are going to throw the ball around, and I don't see Tennessee really scoring. So I like Jacksonville, and you know what, D? I'm locking it up, 24-10.
Oh, man. Great minds think alike. We have been front and center here on the first 2 scores. I have Jacksonville 24-10 as well, and I am locking it in.
Beautiful. Great minds do think alike. Man, freaking-tastic. Nikki, you with us?
I'm with you guys, but I'm not locking it. I have it 26-21. Sorry.
How you stole our chance at a deadbolt.
Sorry.
Yeah, at a deadbolt.
I know you wanted a deadbolt. I'm
You're
sorry.
so damn witty. You're so pretty. I love it. Right there.
Sorry.
Yeah, Chris. Jags are the better team right now. Titans, they pretty much have.
Yes, not only is Trevor Lawrence developing into a good QB, some people may say at the end of the year he's taking a quantum leap.
And he has, bro. So you know what? I think the prediction has come true.
Yes, I think you could say your quantum leap prediction came true. Yes.
Yeah, see, it took a while, but because most of the year I wasn't able to scream it. But the last few weeks, he's definitely made that leap for sure.
And real quick, Patrick making his point on his Eagles over there, and he knows his stuff. He told us last week when he was on the show about Lane Johnson, the Eagles were going to be in trouble. The whole line is a different story with Adam. Jason Kelce even had a couple of penalties against him at center, which is very, very rare. Yeah, Patrick, we were talking about your team earlier, bro. We don't know right now because they have not looked good. Obviously, no Jalen Hurts, but the defense hasn't looked good either. So, whole nother story over there. All right, we all got Jacksonville in this game. 2 of us are locking it in. No deadbolt, but we go to Sunday, and we go to the Bucs and the Falcons. Nikki, what do you think happens here? Atlanta is the host. The Bucs don't have anything to play for. So they rest their players, and Atlanta takes advantage. What do you think?
No. I'm gonna roll with the Bucs. I'm not gonna go against myself here. I have it 27-20, and I'm going to lock in.
Really? Whoa!
Yeah, and I think they cover the 4.5 too. So
how about what? Nikki, I love you, but I couldn't disagree with you more. I think that the Bucs are going to really look. If they were playing full go, I'm probably with you, but they have nothing to play for. I would be surprised. I know it's against, but Atlanta.
No, I said neither does Atlanta. What's Atlanta?
No, I know. No, that's true. But, they're more playing they want to see Desmond Ridder play a quarterback. They want to see Tyler Algier at running back.
Exactly. We just want to see what people can do.
But at least I feel like they're going to, look, maybe you're right. I feel like Atlanta's going to win this game because Tampa Bay is probably not going to play their guys in the second half. I'm going to take Atlanta in this one.
Okay,
so, I don't know. Look, but I would agree with her, D, if Tampa Bay had something more to play for and was a full go, I think Tampa's the better team. But I think Atlanta wins for
Tampa should play their players because it's not like they've been great. All right, so let's
they haven't. Yeah. No, they need to practice.
Nikki literally just swiped the words right out of my mouth. I was definitely about to say that. No, that's she makes a great point. They haven't played great all year. We haven't seen them for a period of times and say, oh, this is Tampa Bay that we're scared of. They put together these stretches against bad teams, right?
Yeah.
So you want if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm I want to see us put together a full game, even if it's against Atlanta. Put together a full game and beat somebody, 30-17 or whatever it may be. So I think they should have that mentality. So I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay because of that. They should have a mentality of let's get into a rhythm, let's get hot at the right time if it's possible. And maybe they should try to do what they do at the end of the games, just go no huddle the whole time. And just try to speed up the pace to where defenses can't, switch out their guys and get stuck in their base packages, stuff like that. That's how they win games. They get people stuck in their base packages. Tom Brady being, the genius he is at football, once you get stuck in a base package, you can't change your defense. Oh, he's going to eat you alive at that point because he's seen everything. Yeah. That's what they should try to do for an entire game against Atlanta. Just try that out and see if it works.
They do need the help. They need the practice. You guys are 100% right. I just don't know if that's going to be what the game plan is going out there. I don't know. We'll see. So that's, again, my reason over there. And Mike's saying Tom Brady picked football over his wife. Why didn't I get that choice?
We're going to make sure that wifey is not watching the podcast.
Yes. You wrote it. I read it. That's it. Out there. That's all.
Stuck it up there. That's it. That's all we did.
Oh, man. All right. So we talked a whole bunch about the Bills. Obviously, they are hosting a game this weekend. All games are divisional matchups this weekend, guys. So nothing crazy. So we got the Patriots at the Bills. The Patriots right now have the number 7 seed, but Buffalo wants that number 1 seed and think they may be able to get it. But that's the thing. If the Chiefs win on Saturday, does Buffalo really even give a shit that much? Do they stick with the 2nd seed, or is Cincinnati a threat to drop them down to number 3? My opinion, Buffalo goes at it. They're playing, and they want to play for Hamlin as well. So I think they win this game, and I'm locking it down, man. 30-16, D.
Okay, yeah. This one, the games involving Buffalo and Cincinnati are going to be super hard to pick.
Yeah.
Because of the circumstances, of course. I'm going to go Buffalo 28-20. I do think it's a good game. New England, division rival. New England's fighting for a playoff spot. So I do think it's going to be a good game. I'm going about 8 points for Buffalo.
Okay. So 8 points. All right. So we both got Buffalo. D, not locking it in. I'm locking it in. Nikki?
No, I'm not locking this. I just can't even. I'm going to edge to Buffalo winning this. But listen, they're either going to, like you said, play for Hamlin, or they're going to be distraught and it's going to be a mess. I have it 28-22, but I am not confident in this at all.
All right. So we all got Buffalo, right? And all right. So we're all on Buffalo. Chris is saying he disagrees. He thinks the Patriots are going to win on Sunday. that they're not
I
going to
could see it. Yeah, I don't know that they're going to be focused. I don't know.
I think they will. I think they're going to be laser focused, and they're playing the game for him. That's what I think.
Another thing too is that if the Patriots win, they have to play Buffalo back to back, and Buffalo probably doesn't want to play a team three times in a year, so they might just want to get them out of here.
That's true.
Well, would they rather play them or the Chargers? Come on.
That's true too, but they can knock the Patriots out, and maybe Miami gets in, or there's somebody else I'm missing that can get in. But there's other situations that they can go against instead of going against. I guess it's no win because if they had to play Miami, that's a third team that got to play for a third time as well. So I guess
maybe without Tua. We'll get to that game. They play the Jets, and maybe again Tua just not available. And I mean, he's not the MVP. I'm not going crazy, but it's another one you look at. It's like, wow, the team is completely different when he's in there, except that fourth quarter game against the Packers. I don't know what the hell was going on over there.
I think like for Buffalo, it's going to depend on what information we get between today and the next couple days too.
Yeah. And that's what's hard about picking games right now. Like we may have to revise this once we find out who is playing and who's not. We'll see. Yeah, Chris, making a couple of good points over here. The Patriots defense has 7 touchdowns this year. They are tough. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that defense is phenomenal. It's the offense that sucks.
Exactly. Mac Jones gets on, they look good, but that's very rare. That's rare. All right, let's go to the NFC North where we got the Bears. Listen to me. The Vikings going to play the Bears. In what is only meaningful for Minnesota, there will be no Justin Fields in this game. So what do you think happens here, Nikki?
Yeah, I'll give it to Minnesota. I have it 29-24.
All right. D, she's going with Minnesota, and no Justin Fields. They're going with Nathan Peterman. I don't know if they're going to score even against a Minnesota defense. What do you think?
I don't know.
I feel like this is going to be the game where Nathan Peterman shows why he's still in the league. Because Minnesota's defense is that bad. Like it's a really bad unit on that defensive side, and that's one of the reasons. Like I think of them as fugazi is that defenses like this normally don't make the playoffs. And their offense has been so phenomenal that they've been able to win these, one-score games. You mentioned it last week, or 11-0 in one-score games, something like that.
Right.
So that's because of the offense and being able just to throw the ball out to Justin Jefferson, right? In this game, I think it's going to be a close one because Minnesota plays close games when they win. So give me Minnesota 28-24. And Nathan Peterman, 3 touchdowns in this one.
Really? How about that? Woo! All right. Chris, he's saying ask Bills Mafia awfully as well. Yeah, he's a backup for a reason.
Yes, he's awful. I'm just thinking that Minnesota's so bad they're going to make him look decent. And all the people who are like Nathan Peterman deserves this chance, and we've been chanting for him to be out of the league. I'm like, see, this is the Nathan Peterman that we believed in when he came out of Pittsburgh or whatever.
I love it.
That's what they're gonna say.
That is funny, man. Oh my goodness. Well, that would be one unbelievable prediction right there if he even does.
Yes, if I get that right, my bragging rights are gonna be next week for sure.
Oh, that would be
as they should be.
We just don't know who he's even throwing the ball to, but whatever. Hey, I'm with Minnesota also, guys, but in a close one, 24-23. I'm with D. Somehow that Chicago's going to keep this game close. Yeah. Minnesota will win another one-score game. I'm with you over there. All right, now we go to the AFC South, 2 teams that mean absolutely nothing, fighting for draft position, if anything. The Texans and the Colts. It's just ugly. Now the Colts are going with what? Sam Ehlinger again? I think they're going back to him, right?
I think so, yeah.
The Texans, I mean, they've actually played some pretty tough games up until last week when Jacksonville smacked them out the freaking stadium, and they needed that. Texans, again, not playing for anything. The Colts not playing for anything. This whole Jeff Saturday experiment has been a freaking nightmare, and it'll just continue. Houston's actually going to win this game, guys, 21-14. What do you think, Ding?
I'm right there with you. I got Houston as well. I'm going 27-24 Houston.
All right, Nikki, we're on Houston, the Texans. What do you think?
I'm with you on Houston, but I have it 19-18.
Yeah, it could be one of them ugly scoring.
I think it's a nasty, ugly, disgusting game. Yeah,
could be ugly. You know what? It could get real ugly for the Dolphins on Sunday too. Like when Skylar Thompson is in there, this offense is shit. The defense has not been playing well, and I think even the fact that the New York Jets are out of it and the Dolphins have something to play for, the Jets are going to want to play spoiler all the way. I actually believe they get the upset, Nikki. I'm taking the Jets and beating them decisively, 31-18.
Oh, man. I know I want to hurt Jay to put your prediction, officially putting your prediction out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I have to call it like I see it, though. I got to call it like I see it. I don't see Skylar Thompson scoring more than 10 points on that team. Don't see it.
Yeah.
That's tough. Now, I'm right there with you on that one too. I'm going Jets 16-14.
Yeah, Miami's a different team with that too. It's a whole different story, Nikki.
Yeah, but the Jets aren't great on offense. I'm going to go Miami, but I think it's low scoring. I don't know, 20-17, something like that. I don't think it's
hope you're right.
Great game.
I want Miami to get in. I do. I want to look good with that prediction, but I'm hoping that Tua can even come back. So in order for Miami to get in, they have to win, and the Patriots have to lose against Buffalo. So they didn't even control their own destiny. See what happens with that one. Oh, D, here we go. The Panthers and the Saints, the game that you've been waiting for all year long. God in heaven. Jeez. Talk to me, bro. What the hell?
New Orleans is going to look amazing. When it doesn't count, we're going to look amazing. So I'm going Saints 20-10 in this one. And like I said, I think we're going to look great, and people are going to be fooled and be like, oh, we could have been doing this all year. We're going to, finish 8-9, and people are going to think, oh, we're going into next year with some momentum.
Right.
Don't get fooled by it. We need to go ahead and just collapse this whole thing and get ready for next year. But I think we're going to look good because that's what the Saints do, right? In these type of years, we're going to look good against the Eagles when our playoff chances are slim to none. We're going to look good against Carolina when our playoff chances are very, very slim to none. That's what we're going to do.
Oh my God. I feel for you, bro, so much, man, because I think New Orleans is going to win this game. They're the better team. Keep using Taysom Hill. Keep playing him. Use that running game. Let Kamara be an option now with Taysom Hill in the backfield. With both of them in the backfield, they ran a play last week, D, where they were both in the backfield, and Kamara took straight up from out of shotgun, and Taysom Hill became an extra blocker. Wow, what a fucking concept! Holy shit! Why didn't they figure this out a long time ago? They would have won a lot more games. I'm with you. 26-23, Nikki.
What I have? Yep, I have Saints 28, Carolina 25.
Okay, so we all agree on that. And New Orleans, baby. All right. What do we got for our next one over here? We have the Browns and the Steelers. Yeah. All right, so the Steelers really need this game, right, Dean?
Yeah, now they still have a chance.
Gotta have it. And the Browns are standing in their way. Does Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, does Amari Cooper have another big day? Does Myles Garrett get a whole bunch of sacks on Kenny Pickett? Or can Najee Harris come from out of nowhere and have a really big game? And Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, who do you like? These players, TJ Watt, take him into account. Very evenly matched game. So this is a tough one to pick, man.
Yeah, man. And it makes you think about Pittsburgh because their record's so good with TJ Watt on the field. It makes you think, man, if TJ Watt was healthy, maybe Jason would look like a genius right now in Pittsburgh in the playoffs. But I'm going to go Pittsburgh 17-13. I think they keep their hopes alive in this one. And they keep Tomlin's streak alive of being over 500.
Yes. And nobody would have thought that. 5-6 weeks ago, like, oh, Tomlin's streak is over. No, it's not. He's one of the best coaches in the NFL. Second best, in my opinion, to Bill Belichick. So I am with you. I am definitely taking Pittsburgh and keeping those playoff hopes alive right there. And according to my math right now, they would get in because I got New England losing and I got Miami losing. So holy shit, Pittsburgh is in the playoffs. According to me, at least. I don't know, Nikki. What do you think about this game?
Nah, I think Cleveland plays spoiler. I have it 23-28 Browns.
I went back and forth. I'm not going to lie. I had Cleveland first, 2017. Then I switched it yesterday to Pittsburgh because Mike Tomlin is a better coach than Kevin Stefanski, and they got something to play for. They are at home. I'm going to go with them. But I'm not going to lie. I thought about Cleveland for a while. Maybe they're getting it together with Watson and Amari Cooper. Maybe they're developing that relationship. I don't know. But all right, so Nikki's going Lone Ranger on that one. Let's see if she goes Lone Ranger on the next game where we go to her. New York Football freaking Giants, baby, in the playoffs, man. So they got to go to Philly.
Yeah.
On the Eagles. What do you think?
I think that the 14-point spread is a little disrespectful, but I get it. I think what do I have it? I have it 11 points. I have it 31-20 Philly. So, I'll take the Giants and the points.
So do you have any inside information on if they're going to play their starters? Are they going to rest people? What's happening with the Giants?
So Brian Dable said today that he will wait. He'll talk to Joe Shane about it, and they'll make a decision on Friday night.
Okay, let me back it up a little bit over here. First, Chris saying Eagles get 7 more sacks. This is the NFL record. Oh, that's interesting. 7 more sacks, NFL record. He likes
their defensive line has been absolutely phenomenal.
They have 4 guys that have 10 or more sacks. That's fucking great. That's never happened before. That is incredible. Nikki, I think the reason why the line is 14 is because Dable has made it kind of clear that they're not going to play their guys. Otherwise, the line would be probably around 6 or 7. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, why would they be favored 14 over a playoff team in division?
Because people think the Giants are fugazi because we lost to them like 40-10. But I don't know. Brian Dable's played it very close to the chest. I assume he will rest some of the players, but again, it's like they kind of got a lot of momentum. It's kind of that Tampa Bay conundrum. Like, you rest everybody. You don't want to, obviously, I don't want to take the chance and get Saquon and get hurt, but they're really starting to like come together right now. And they're kind of getting hot, and that defense is really gelling. So I don't know, but they will announce supposedly on Friday night.
Real sidebar, real quick. Do you want Daniel Jones back next year?
Yeah.
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that he may have played his way into a contract, D. I don't want to get too off topic over here, but
I think he's played his way. I think he's played his way into like a Ryan Tannehill type deal, one of those type of contracts.
I agree.
Not a big time one, but one that's like, okay, you're our guy, but we have a chance to get out of this contract if you start to go back to the Daniel Jones that we know of old.
Daniel Jones we know of old. No, well, that's the thing. People are like, well, Nick, he's not going to get Mahomes money. I didn't fucking say he was, but he's probably going to get like a Tannehill type deal, and that's okay. Yeah. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
And the Giants are going to offer Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley a contract. They made it clear they want him back. They are going to offer it. And so, I hope the haters drown in their tears, cry about it more.
I'm actually okay with them giving Barkley a contract because he was basically off for 2 full seasons, so he's still got a lot of legs under him. It wasn't the way that he wanted it, being injured, but bring them both back and find a few wide receivers out there because you know what? If he can do this with Darius Slayton and Hodgins and freaking Richie James, how the hell is that happening? Give him some weapons, man. Let's see what goes on now. Okay, different story on Daniel Jones. All right.
Yeah, for sure. That's in just for the game though. I'm going Philadelphia as well. I think it's a close game though. I'm going Philadelphia 20-17.
I got a close game too. Good.
And Jay, sorry I didn't cut you off, but with the do you think like when it comes to rivalries, the NFL's gotten soft? Because I feel like 10 years ago it wouldn't have been a question. Like the Giants have a chance to knock Philadelphia out of first place and push them down to the 5th seed. It wouldn't even be a question if they're going to play their people. Like, what? We get a chance to do this to Philadelphia? Let's play our people and let's mess them up. But also, you don't want to help out Dallas. I get that. But it's still, you get a chance to knock Philadelphia off. Why not?
That's an interesting point. But I think what you said, the last part of it, that would help Dallas out and make them win the division. But no, that's a good point. You're right. The rivalries. Yeah. I mean, if we go back to 10, 12, 20 years ago, and I don't really want to date myself over here, but I remember them, every game meant something. You very rarely rest people. So I'm with you. And the division rivalries, it went down from 5 teams, because they only had 3 divisions. Now we have 4 divisions and 4 teams. I think they just kind of watered down a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless you're Baltimore, Pittsburgh or something like that.
Yeah, Baltimore, Pittsburgh is still winning. That's the thing. The NFC East still has rivalries. Like, it's still legit. Saints Falcons is one. You guys know how much I hate the Falcons. Like, there's still legit rivalries out there. But I feel like maybe just smarter, right? Same thing with the NBA where players are resting and stuff like that. But don't get me started on that tangent. But as far as
NFL, many videos if you want to hear him go on and on about NBA players resting.
Yes, there definitely is. But for NFL players, it makes sense because, like you said, Nikki, you want Saquon fresh for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Also, the Giants can kind of control their own fate as far as their position as well. Like maybe they want to lock themselves in to play against Minnesota because maybe they feel the same way. Like we get Minnesota, we could beat them. So it's very interesting to see what the actual strategy will be.
Yep, it will be. We're gonna find out. And real quick, my boy Brian, what's up, man? We gotta link up, my friend. Jets, Dolphins. Nikki's got Miami. Me and D are on the Jets over there. So I know he's a big time Jet fan. This guy, big time. So let's root him on over there. I would love it. I wish both New York teams would have got in this year. That would have been great, but can't happen. Anyway, speaking of them damn Cowboys, they play the damn freaking Commanders who just blow everything. What a freak. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. If you want to, go right ahead, D. But I like Dallas to win 28-14. They need the game. They're going up against a rookie quarterback. I think the Dallas defense has a freaking field day and come, back down to what they were more like in midseason. So, give me Dallas by a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I'm locking it in. Clink, clink, Dallas, 20-7.
I like it. I was going to lock it in, but I have another game I like a little bit more. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, I have Dallas 33, Washington 20, and I will lock in the friggin' Cowboys.
All right.
Pains me to do that shit.
Yep. But you are being objective, and that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. That's what we love.
People think I'm not, but I am.
You are. Nikki always brings the goods. All right. Chargers, Broncos, AFC freaking West. Chargers got themselves in the playoffs, so I guess Brandon Staley will be around for another year. They're 10-6 right now.
You're so happy about that. You
Yeah,
should make
really.
fun of him for another year.
Yeah, it's true, right? I get to make fun of him for another year because he would not get another NFL head coaching job, that's for sure. But anyway, he's got his team at 10-6 right now, and they're playing the Broncos, who, again, major disappointment. Their coach is out of here. Nathaniel Hackett is gone. The Chargers, here's the thing, guys. They don't have anything to play for at all, like literally nothing. And a team like that with some seasoned veterans like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, you want to give them rest. You don't want to give Austin Eckler the ball more than 5 or 7 times in this game. And you want your defense to rest too, because they've been banged up all year. That all being said, I think Denver ends up winning the game at mile high, 24-21, because, again, the Chargers won't be a full go. And Denver, who has nothing to play for, they're just going to go out there and play football and try to enjoy themselves. And I think that's what gets them the win, Nikki. So I'll take Denver in an upset here.
Yeah, I know. Like, logically, in theory, that all makes sense. I just don't trust them. I'll go Chargers. I have it 23-19.
Okay, fair enough. All right, 23-19 for Chargers. What do you got, Dean?
Like Nikki said, everything you said makes sense. But with Denver, they haven't made sense at all this year. Like, you can't go with logic when it comes to them. Like, you have to go the opposite of logic. So that's why I'm going with the Chargers in this one. And I think, all right, so maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like these teams that have been battling all year, especially the Chargers, they've been battling injuries all year, right? They should be trying to fight off the rust. We always have this rust versus rest, argument. I feel like the Chargers should be trying to fight off the rust when it comes to now. Maybe Austin Eckler, you could sit him out, right? He's been balling all year, give him rest. But Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, these guys have been in and out all season.
Yeah.
Why not develop even more chemistry going into the playoffs? I feel like they should take this game seriously against a good defense too. Is a good test. If Denver's defense shows up, it's a good test. So I think they should go out there and try to play. So I'm gonna take them in this one. What score did I have? I had Chargers. It was 20-10 Chargers.
Okay.
So are you reading off a computer screen, not a notebook?
Yeah, I didn't have time to write my notes today, so yeah, I had to type them up before.
Oh wow!
Look at you!
Is off
and this is why it took so long. Though this is why I'm going right back to my notepad next week.
Oh my
God! Now I'm gonna know exactly where everything is, and I won't have to scroll up and down to find it.
I don't want to hear it. I have to go through 3 different screens just to go around from which game and then get back on StreamYard and then look at my outline over here of what game I got. I don't want to hear
it. Yeah, no, that's why
you're much better at multitasking than I am, Jay.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I just need to show up. That's it.
That's
all I can handle. Just showing up.
Oh, man. All right. I need the Rams to show up because I don't want Seattle in the playoffs. I want the Lions in the playoffs. So the only reason I'm picking the Rams over the Seahawks is because I want it to happen. I don't actually even believe it's going to, but I'm going to do it. The Rams over Seattle so Detroit can beat Green Bay on Sunday night and get in 28-25, Nikki. I'm going to take the Rams.
You're trying to speak it into existence.
It's pretty much that's all. You're trying to manifest destiny. This thing over here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I can't roll with that. I think Seattle's gonna win. I have it 28-19. Listen, Baker Mayfield just been great on the road past his 2 past road games. He averages 121.5 passing yards.
Yeah.
It's not great. So I'm gonna go Seattle.
I don't blame you. I would pick Seattle if I wasn't thinking with my heart over here. So I agree. They're the better team, but I'm going to hold that little hope that the Rams can actually pull this crap off, Dean.
Yes. So I'm with you as far as the hope. I do hope the Rams win, right? I want to see Detroit in the playoffs. Or I would rather see Detroit or Green Bay besides Seattle. The way Seattle's played the last, however many games as outside of, stumping on the Jets, they haven't looked good. And so I would much rather see, because then you know what's going to happen? It's going to be Minnesota's going to somehow sneak into the 2nd seed and play Seattle, beat Seattle, and people go like, "Oh, you thought they were Fugazi." And I'm like, right? Just happened to be in a Fugazi soup and come out after the soup. That's all that game would be. So I'm with you on the hope, but I got to pick Seattle. 24-14.
I get you. Mike saying tomorrow's 31 years since the Lions' last playoff win. Oh my God, I think that was 1991 or something like that when they got to the NFC Championship against the Washington Redskins, as they were at that point. Am I right on that one, Mike?
Was born yet? Were you even born yet?
I was a baby. I was here, but I was a baby.
I was here.
Brian, no, I have not got a Purdy jersey yet. You see, I got the Fearman jersey. That's the real one. Number 12.
Are you gonna get a Purdy jersey?
I don't know.
Because right now it probably would be a waste of money right now. Yeah. But if they win a Super Bowl, then you can get you one. Like Philadelphia, Philadelphia can always have a Nick Foles jersey because he got them to the Super Bowl. Like you could do the same thing in Purdy if he gets you there.
They win the Super Bowl. I'm getting the whole fucking teams. I'm getting every jersey, lining them up throughout my entire house. That's exactly what's happening. I haven't seen this since 1994. I am thirsting for a freaking. You guys have had one, Nikki. You've experienced two within the last decade.
Yeah.
Dean, you've had yours in 2009. For me, it's been 1994. I am going crazy here. I need to win a Super Bowl, and I've had two chances, but Baltimore took us down, and then the Chiefs took us down. Come on, let's go. Anyway, speaking of that, 49ers, they're trying to get a number one seed. If Philly loses, they'll probably already know because I think Philly plays in the 1 o'clock slot. Again, the schedule Mexico. They should have played everybody at the same time. Everybody plays at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's it. End of story.
Eagles Giants is 4:25, I think.
Oh, it is 4:25. Oh, good. Okay, then that helps because I was picking San Fran anyway, but now I love them even that much more going against Arizona and whoever the hell they're going to play at fucking quarterback. I don't even know at this point. Give me my Niners all the way 31-9, Nikki.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've at 35-24, and I will lock in San Francisco.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Yes, I am with you guys. Are you not locking this game, Jay?
I am not. I have one other one I like more.
Really? I know it's weird. Oh, so you ruined the Dead Bowl.
You ruined the Dead Bowl.
I am the ruiner. I ruined it all.
But I'm locking it in. I got San Fran 27-10. Arizona, one of my big bragging rights this year was under 8.5. They fell under. They went under that one big time.
Cleared that easily. No problem over there. No problem. Oh, I love it. All right. So, we're all in the Niners. I did not triple lock it with you guys because I have another game I like, and I did lock in the Niners last week, and it was too close. So I don't want to be that jinx over there. So I did lock in the Bengals over the Ravens. The Ravens have no offense whatsoever. Cincinnati, to me, they might be the best team in the NFL right now. For real. They really might be the best team in the NFL. And I wouldn't have said that 5 weeks ago. They have looked phenomenal. And with Jamar Chase in the lineup, I mean, it was obviously a very, very small sample size what we saw in the beginning of that Buffalo-Cincinnati game. But Cincinnati looked like they were good, ready to go, ready to score. I love the Bengals over the Ravens at home in Cincinnati, 31-17. That is my final lock, D.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cincinnati, I think, wins this game pretty easily. I'm going 28-17 Cincinnati.
28-17. I got it 31-17. Nikki, what do you got it?
I got it 24-20 Cincy.
Okay, so a little bit closer, but they end up winning the division in that case, and they can either be the 1, 2, or 3 seed, but who the hell knows? We'll find out. We will find out. We have one more game, and it's a game that we've been alluding to since the beginning of the show, and that is the Detroit Lions going to play the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field, and hopefully it will have meaning. That means that the Rams will have beaten the Seahawks, hopefully, because we want to see a meaningful game. Otherwise, I do expect Detroit to go out and fully play spoiler. Even if they don't have a chance to get in, I expect them to go full go. It's the last game of the year. It is a division rival, as Dee was talking about earlier before. So I think it does mean something in this case, and especially the fact that Green Bay's been whipping their ass for the past 25 years. Yeah, let's go Detroit. I got them beating Green Bay easily because they are the better team, even though Green Bay's been playing better lately. Give me Detroit 34-16. That's how confident I am.
Oh, okay. I like that. Spicy.
Oh.
Yeah, that was spicy right there. I'm going to
some water for that spice. Hold on.
I'm
going to Detroit as well. 34-31.
I love it. Love it. Nikki, I think
out Monday Night Football.
Either way, they're winning this game. Yep, Mike biting kneecaps on the way. That's what they're going to be doing. Detroit Lions. Do they roar, Nikki? What do you think?
No.
Oh.
No. I have it 31-26 Green Bay.
So you like a good game, but you like Aaron Rodgers going back to the playoffs like he always does.
Like he always finds a way to do.
Always finds a way. All
Listen,
right.
I'm learning that you're not going to bet against the legends, and Jared Goff is no legend. You know.
Fair enough. All right. Jared Goff's not a legend, but he's been playing damn freaking
Yeah,
well.
he's been playing good. Yeah.
He's been playing awesome. And DJ Chark getting involved in the game. Jameson Williams, their rookie, now involved. They got two-headed running back with Swift and Jamal Williams. They have offense all over the place. Green Bay's not going to know what to do with themselves. They're going to flip out. I'm telling you right now. What?
Yeah.
Detroit is going to.
This makes me even more mad that they got ran over by Carolina.
I know, bro. Oh, no. It never should have happened. Never should have happened because they would be.
If they took care of business then, right now they'd be controlling their own fate.
That's exactly right. And it's too bad they had that hiccup, man. But no excuses. That's it. All right. Let's get our best bets in. Final parlay of the regular season over here. Obviously, last week's did not count because we did not get to finish it. The Cincinnati Buffalo game, we had the over. Didn't play the game. Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. No need to talk about it anymore. Let's get the best bets for week 18. Nikki, why don't you start us off with some of the ones that you like?
So I like Seattle to cover the 6.5. I like Giants Eagles over 42.5. You guys aren't gonna like this one, but I like Green Bay to cover the 4.5.
Yeah, we don't like that. What'd you have the over under New York and Philly?
I went over 42.5.
Yeah, I do like that. I do like that one. I had that one written down actually. D, what do you like?
I like Jacksonville -6 against Tennessee.
So
I think they smashed them. Dallas -7.5 against Washington. I don't see Washington really showing up after what happened last week, and Dallas needs this game, so I like Dallas to win by more than 7.5.
I like that.
And Detroit versus Green Bay over 49.5. I think it's going to be a barn burner.
It's not a bad pick right there. All right, I like those. I do like Detroit plus 4.5. Nikki, how much you have Green Bay winning by?
I have it 31-26.
Okay, so
So
you might not want
right
to
at
touch
5.
Yeah. All right. I really like Detroit plus 4.5. I love Jacksonville -6. I have that written down also, so I'm with you on that. And I do, Nikki, you like Miami, but I like the Jets plus 3.5. The other game I like, even though Baltimore doesn't have much of an offense, I think Cincinnati has enough offense for both teams. It's only 43 points. I like the over. I'm thinking that Dallas 7.5 is not too bad. Here's the two I like that you guys said so far. The Giants, Philly over 42, and Jacksonville -6. So let's talk it out. I like those two. D, what do you think about those two? I know you like Jacksonville, but what about the Giant Philly game?
Yeah, for sure. The way Philly's defense has been kind of letting up some points lately, I can see them Giants scoring. Hopefully, the Giants do show up and want to win this game. If they do, I can see that over happening for sure.
That's the thing. That's the other thing that's in my head.
Depends who plays, but you could say that for every game. Almost
plays.
every game on this slate, you could say it for.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
That is tough. I do like that. Nikki, do you like Dallas -7.5 over Washington?
Yeah. What do I have? I have it 33-20. So yeah.
Yeah, I got them winning by 2 touchdowns. I think we should put that in.
So Jacksonville -6. Do you like Jacksonville -6, Nikki?
I believe so. I think I was right there with you guys. I just didn't have. Oh, what do I have? I have it 26-21.
It's -6.
You think it's gonna be that close? Tennessee's been playing like dog doo doo.
Yeah,
Like
they-
I'll roll with you guys. I'll roll with it.
So all right. We like a few favorites over here. Jacksonville -6, Dallas -7.5. Nikki, throw a few more out over here. What else are you looking at?
Let's do another over under. What's over under in Baltimore Cincinnati game?
43. I like the over 43.
I have it right at 44, so I would roll with the over.
I do like the over. I do like the over in that one.
All right, let's do it. Let's make that the final. All right, so we got Baltimore, Cincinnati, over 43. Yeah, I think that the Bengals are going to get into the 30s by himself, and Baltimore will somehow manage to squeak out. I have it 31-17, so I got it clear, clean, and cut, no problem. So let's make that the final regular season parlay. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars -6 over the Tennessee Titans, who've been playing like garbage. The Dallas Cowboys -7.5 over the Washington Commanders, who are not commanding anything, obviously. And the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals over 43 points. I like it. I like it, guys. All right.
Feel good.
That is the regular season, week 18, last one of the season parlay. We're going to have plenty of playoff parlays. There's no doubt about it. So, all right, we got it in.
I can't believe it's the last week.
No,
It's crazy.
it's too.
You know what? The seasons felt long and short at the same time.
Yes.
It's well said. Yeah, somewhere in the middle of it, like things went kind of like that, and then shit started slowing down a little bit, and I don't know. Now it's too fast. It's week 18. Wow. Yeah. And those words never came out of our mouth up until last year. There was never a week 18.
Oh, I hate it. You guys know I hate it. We all hate it, actually. I don't know anyone that likes it, but it feels like once you hit Thanksgiving, it feels like the season just like flies.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right.
I would love for them to go back to 16 regular season games. And I know 7 playoff teams makes it more exciting, but that 7th playoff team is real iffy on like if they're a playoff quality team.
It's messing everything up. All right.
Yeah. I feel like we should go back to 6 teams. I might be alone in that, but I feel like we should go back to 6 playoff teams.
I knew the NFL was going to. You guys remember I told you I wrote this article like 4 years ago that this was going to happen. I knew it was going to freaking happen, but it doesn't mean that I like it necessarily. But it is what it is. Anyway, Nikki, you won last week Freaky Fantasy Football Draft Week 17, which means you get to choose the order for the final week of Freaky Fantasy Football Draft for the 2022 NFL season.
Okay, so D, you can go first, Jay, you can go second, and I will go third. And honestly, I don't remember who I picked, so I'm going to do my best when I get
All right, maybe we'll let you slide on a couple of these.
I think I got it, but we'll see.
Well, this order worked for you last week, so let's see if it works again.
Let's try again.
Let's see. All right. Anyway, all right, D, take it home.
All right, so I am first this week, and I'm going to go ahead and take Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton's going to play phenomenal against Carolina.
Oh, I did not expect that. I definitely did not expect to hear that name.
Me? No way.
If I say it's week 18 and I am running out of quarterbacks, obviously.
Throw shit against the wall and see what sticks.
I'm like Andy Dalton. I feel like the Saints are going to play for now. I have just a feeling they're going to play great on Sunday for some reason.
Okay. I got 3 quarterbacks I like left, and 2 of them I'm not sure are going to play the whole game, and that's Daniel Jones and Tom Brady. So I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson. That'll be my first pick. I know he's going to play.
Yeah, they may start to find a little rhythm there in the second half. Maybe he's starting to get back to himself.
I'll go with that. Nikki, you get 2 picks now, champ.
Champ that I am. I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence on this one.
Nice one. If I had him, I would have played him. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And God, it is so rough out here. Let me get. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't think I took DK Metcalf, so I'm gonna grab him.
All right, DK it is. DK Metcalf. All right. Just going back to Chris. Well, Trey Frazier. What did he say to you, Nick, over here, your buddy? Nick, if I'm a Giants fan, I'm playing to knock Philly off the number 1 seed to help their path through the playoffs, get mini round 1, and they could face Dallas or San Fran. I feel the Giants match up better. Okay, so he's going with knock him out, man.
Oh, yeah, knock him out.
Knock him on out. I wanted to read that. I like that. Knock him on out. Knock him on out. All right, let me make my next pick over here. I got my quarterback. I don't want you guys to take him because this could be a big week. I'll go with DeAndre Swift.
Oh, good pick.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I took it. All right, D, you get 2 picks. You got Andy Dalton, which I'm still actually shocked, but okay. Here we go.
All right. Give me T. Higgins and J.K. Dobbins.
All right. I like that. I was iffy on J.K. I think I took him already, so.
Oh, I got to tell you guys something. This is very important. But the other, real quick, we have 2 fantasy leagues together. I have 1 other fantasy league that I'm in with people at work for the most part. So very long story short, there's a couple that's in it. Now, the guy got knocked out. He finished like in last place. He had J.K. Dobbins on his team. His girlfriend got to the championship round, all right? He dropped J.K. Dobbins so she can pick him up.
Wow.
That's love.
I went absolutely nuts. I'm like, no way you did that thinking that I'm not going to notice that. Luckily, she lost anyway, all right? But if she would have won, no shot. I would have either
Yeah, no, that's collusion at the highest.
total collusion. You cannot do that. And he was like laughing about it. I'm like, bro, no.
Is it a money league?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No money league. If we were just playing for free, it's like, all right, cool,
Yeah, funny. Like, all right, you got one bias, but no, man, you can't do that shit.
I don't think any of us play for free anymore.
No.
Us, like I think
there's no money in it. I don't want no part of it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, but I mean, props to them for like, good for him. Like, all right, babe, like,
yeah,
get J.K. Dobbins.
Showing his loyalty, that's for sure. My God.
Yeah.
All right, I got to pick over here. Wow, I had Higgins on my list too. You swipe me, you son of a gun. So, wow, I really. You know what? You took Metcalf. Lockett's healthy, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe he is coming back.
Yeah, I took him already though, so I don't.
I'm gonna go with Lockett then. I'm gonna be throwing the ball. Rams suck, even though I'm picking them to win.
You picked them to win.
It's a desperation pick. That's what it really is. Total desperation pick. Because I want the Lions to get in. I want the Lions to get in so damn bad. But then I think about it on the other hand, I don't want to play them. If I'm the 49ers, I really don't want to play the Lions, to be honest with you.
I know. Just keep that manifesting to yourself over there.
Yeah,
right?
I should. That's it. I'll leave it alone. All right, Nikki, you got Lawrence and Metcalf. You got 2 picks.
Oh my God, what do I do with running back? I don't even know. I don't know what to do here. I don't think I've taken Najee Harris, so I guess I'll roll the dice there.
Menage Harris.
Yeah. Ooh.
You see what I did there?
See what you did there. And I am almost certain, and you can, if I'm wrong, I promise I'll switch it. I do not think I've taken George Kittle. So I'm going to take him. Yeah.
I'm not going to find the list right now. Look, if you took at least 2 players on this freaking team,
yeah, just tell me.
I will tell you. Believe me, I'll definitely
wipe it out.
I'll tell you immediately. All right. I think that your boy Lawrence and your former boy Evan Ingram, hopefully they hook up this weekend. I'm not
taking Evan Ingram, so
I'm taking him.
Oh.
I'm taking him. So give me Ingram. That's it for tight ends for me. I got a few more listed over here, but I don't even know if they get the ball thrown to them anymore. All right, D, you can close out your draft with your tight end and your defense.
Yeah, speaking of tight ends, I'm gonna go with Gerald Everett because I was literally like just looking through rosters here, like
oh my God.
Oh, yeah, he's a tight end. Okay, I'll take him. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember I took
sure.
him? No, it doesn't sound
Take
familiar.
Taysom Hill
This guy
yet?
works.
What
What?
about, did you guys take Taysom Hill for tight end?
I took him already.
I took him and it was a bad game when I took him.
Me too.
So yeah.
I took him too early, I think.
I took him also.
Yeah.
I took him too.
All
right,
so for
finish
my
her up.
defense,
Defense.
give me the Texans defense. Last
Oh,
game of the year.
whoa. Whoa. There.
Round Cowboy. All right. My defense, I'm glad I didn't take this one. I do have a good defense to close it out. Cincinnati. I got the Bengals against the Ravens.
Oh.
Not bad. All right, Nikki, your last pick for the regular season Freaky Fantasy Football Draft defense is
The Jags.
the Jags. All right. I kind of like that.
I think it's either them or the Vikings, and I just don't even. Yeah.
All right, let's see how it goes. Nikki has a chance to tie me for the regular season Freaky Fantasy Football Draft wins. If she does, we're going to have to come up with some sort of tiebreaker, but we're going to continue some Freaky Fantasy Football action when the playoffs do come around. But Nikki, our reigning weekly champion right now, has got Trevor Lawrence, Menage Harris, DK Metcalf, George Kittle in the Jags defense. Damien has got his boy Andy Dalton, J.K. Dobbins, E. Higgins, Gerald Everett, because there's nobody else left, and the Texans. And Uncle Jay over here has got Watson. We got Swift, Lockett, Ingram, and the Bengals. All right, we'll see how it goes, guys. All right, final weekly regular season picks are in, all done. Freaking fantastic. Chris, thank you for the shout out. We appreciate all the comments today. You guys were awesome, man.
Yeah.
Everybody came in with stuff. I love it. Everybody came in with the goodies over here. And yeah, we had to start out the show on, some, but we had to talk about it. And there was so many, layers to peel back. But notice we did not even get into the game. It was not important. The NFL, we don't know what they're going to do. I mean, we can close it out with this real quick, guys, if you want, really fast. What we think the best thing is the NFL should do. I don't know if, look, in an ideal world, you would push everything back and not have that bye week in between the Super Bowl and try to play the game. But you're doing that for only 2 teams. So maybe it's better to say, call it a tie. I don't know, Damien. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you could just call it a tie or just have those 2 teams only have 16 games.
Okay, yeah.
And they just have like a winning percentage thing as far as when it comes to their seeding. So I think that would be the way I would go about it. Just have that game canceled altogether, have those 2 teams just have 16 games. And because, to try to play that game or to even try to have some type of result from that game feels wrong.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like we should just go ahead and just cancel it and just have those 2 teams have 16 games.
I think I have to agree with you. I would not want to see them go out there and play. It would be heavy hearts on the field immediately. I mean, I don't even know how they would be able to get through that game, knowing that the last time they saw each other was when somebody was having cardiac arrest on the field, Nikki. So I don't want to see the game played. I'm perfectly fine with them. And you know what? Shit happens in life, and just deal with it. You know what? The Chiefs are going to get the number 1 seed likely out of this, but look, it was by nobody's reason, rhyme, or fault. All right. It didn't happen on purpose. It's just, it is what it is. So I don't know, Nikki, do you have a different solution, or you just say don't play and just move on?
No, I just don't play this game at this point. Just do the math. And like you guys said, you figure out the percentage. I think a lot of us feel that way. See a lot of people saying the same thing. I don't know how you play this game. And I know there's that rumor floating around that they'll push it in between that week, but I don't know.
You don't do that for just 2 teams who are already locked into the playoffs. It's just a matter of seeding. Now, if we would look, if this
what is the option? You play it next Thursday? I just I don't know.
There isn't much, to push everything back.
Play it at all. I think you just let it be. Let it be what it is.
You do. That's what if it were my decision, I agree with what Dee said and riding off Nikki right there. I totally just don't play the game. You're both in the playoffs, so you know what? Go for it. That's it. You are where you are. You did what you did. And you can even go and say, you know what? If you were a better team, then you would have collected more wins earlier in the year anyway. So however you want to scratch it, man, don't play the game. We all agree with that. And there's no reason for it. Both are in the playoffs. We'll get to see what happened. And may the best team win. That's it. So we didn't really want to go there earlier, but I was just curious what you guys' thoughts were on how to, tackle this. So
it's an extremely tough situation because you don't want to think about the logistics of it. But it is something that you have to think about if you're the league. You have to think about how to go forward and how you move from this because, you have to go forward. You have to keep pushing on with what it is that you do. You provide, football for people. So it's something that you don't want to think about, but you have to be realistic about it as well.
100%. You're right. Again, it is a business at the end of the day also, and they have to do what's right for the business. But the NFL has shown at the very least that they actually give a shit and, about the situation and they're taking it for real. And we'll have another conversation during the offseason probably about the rules and safety and things like that. Nikki, we're not going to get into it now. And this was not a helmet-to-helmet sort of thing. This was a complete freak accident. But what I'm hoping, what at least comes out of this on the field, is that players are now more conscientious of the fact that if I lead with my head and I smash somebody, whether it's in the sternum or, again, in the head, the side of the head, I can really hurt somebody that bad. I'm hoping that players will now say, you know what, I care about that guy's health, and I'm not going to go ahead and full speed smash into a defenseless wide receiver. I'm hoping that players will start going down that route, Nikki.
Well, that's true.
Going to be changes, right?
Yeah, I think they should. They've already made a lot of changes to help with safety. Some we feel like they're going too far when it comes to like protecting quarterbacks and stuff like that, but they've already started moving in that direction. One thing I hope that this comes out of this is changes when it comes to players as far as their insurance and how they qualify for that, right? Because players don't qualify for like the insurance that the NFL provides after they're done playing unless they play at least 3 years. Like 3 years and 3 games, I believe, is the term they have to play to qualify for that. And right now, unfortunately, with Damar Hamlin, he wouldn't qualify because it's only year 2 for him.
Yeah.
So how do you go from? I'm pretty sure the Bills will take care of everything and stuff like that. They've been a class organization and all that good stuff. But when it comes to NFL, they should change to where once you play 1 second in the league, or you play just even a couple games, you should be covered for the rest of your life as far as insurance. They can afford that. They can afford to pay for players' insurance. It shouldn't have to be like 3 years for you to qualify for that. Right?
Could you imagine like getting a job where they're like, well, after 90 days you get 2 weeks PTO, and after 3 years you get health insurance? Like what?
Yeah, like that's a great way to put it. Like, yeah, regular jobs you qualify for health insurance after like 60 days or 90 days, depending on their thing. But NFL, you're covered, of course, while you're in. But if you retire after 2 years, you're not covered after that. You have to find it yourself, which that definitely should change.
Well said. Well said. Round of applause all the way around. Great job, guys, today. Really another, informative show, fun show, and we had a lot of people joining in, and we love that. So we appreciate you guys out there very, very much. We'll be back next Wednesday. Before that, Nikki and Damien got to tell you what they're doing because they got a lot of shit going on before next Wednesday comes around. So, Nikki, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, of course. Monday nights, 7:00. You can find me hosting Rush Hour. It's been really great. Monday will be episode 6. And we have just had so many people reach out. They want to get on the show. It is a show for the fans. I've had old co-hosts on, just, everybody from Twitter. It's really been amazing. So I appreciate that. It's tough to launch a new show, but the support has been overwhelming, and I am very, very, very grateful for you guys. Tuesday, of course, is the Giants guys, 8:00. We did go live last night. It was hard, but we put it out there on Twitter. Everybody said they wanted a place to talk, and that's what we did. You have to use your platform for good and responsibly, and I think we did the best we could. And of course, Wednesday nights here, and with some appearances sprinkled in here and there. Just a little housekeeping note, guys. If you want me to come on your podcast, you have to DM at New York Giants Rush. That's just how we're doing it now. So I officially have people. So and you can schedule it with them. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
When you're big time, you gotta let them know what's big time. What's up?
Yeah, well, I just think what, it's easier. It's on my page, but just so everybody knows, just DM them and we'll get it scheduled because it's getting a little overwhelming, which is great. But yeah, we just have to have a schedule.
Hey, that's the way life is, man. We're not kids anymore. We can just go run around and do whatever. We got schedules. We have to go by the damn clock. Things are happening.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. Well, hey, Nikki, if you want to listen to Nikki, she's all over the place, but you got to be at the right time at the right place, man.
Yes.
Just like my man D over here doing his thing. Tell him,
He's got more shows than I do.
You guys are like a freaking TV series. I swear to God, like every freaking day, every week you have like a different episode on. Just awesome.
It definitely feels like that. So of course, my original podcast is The Real Deal with Damian Adams. I normally do that on Monday nights. I wasn't up for it after Monday night's game. So it will be back next week. And for the people who were able to do it, much respect, man, because it's definitely tough. And it was something that it took me a few days to even gather my thoughts on what to say and how to say it. But that's one of the reasons I'm glad we have this therapy with you guys. I knew if I talked about it with you guys, I'll be able to get it out correctly and we'll be able to have a good conversation about it instead of me just going about it by myself immediately afterwards. But it will be back.
I got to tell you real quick, I would have had to want to go on a show that night or the night after. I'm not sure I could have done it. I just would have been weeping, to be honest with you, speaking about it, because it was too hard. So I'm glad I didn't have to show it, to be honest with you.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I'm glad it's my podcast and I can just do it when I want to. And I was just like, I can't do it tonight. So, but it will be back next week for sure. The GSMC boxing and basketball podcast will be out this week. A big boxing matchup this weekend with Gervonta Davis going against Hector Luis Garcia. That should be a really good one. People are underestimating him. So I'll talk about that on the boxing podcast. They'll probably come out either tomorrow or Friday. But yeah, if you want to look good like Jason and Nikki, look at them right now, right? Just up here looking handsome and beautiful. Like the reason they look like that is because they listen to my podcast. All right.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to my podcast, it sends your chi, it brings your stress levels down, it reduces wrinkles. Right. Oh, yeah. So with somebody, they might say, oh, you need, a little Botox shot right here. Like, no, you just need a podcast in your ears. And when you get the podcast in your ears, it reduces the wrinkles. It makes you look so good. So if you want to look good like Jason and Nikki do, listen to The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Listen to the 3rd and 3 podcast. If you can't catch us live, subscribe and catch us right afterwards. It's just as good. You'll catch the fun. You'll catch the vibes. And also subscribe to the GSMC boxing podcast as well.
Get it done. Listen to all their shows. It's freaking awesome, man. That's why everybody wants a piece of these guys. They know what they're doing. Look, they would do more shows if there were more days in the week, but they can't. So they won't.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's it. Power 32 is going to be coming strong with good guests coming up for the NFL playoffs. We're definitely taking week 18 off, just recouping everything. But playoff time, whoa, boy, watch the hell out. Yes, we do want to give a shout out to our man Chris over here, Chris Palme, live at the CDP Sports Podcast. Check out his show as well. He does a great job. We have all been guests on there, I think, by now, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
we all have. So yeah,
I think we all have. Shout out to Jason Cooper, TSS Fantasy. It's another great podcast that you guys can listen to. I've done his show quite a few times. We go head to head. I've cursed that show every time they go head to head with somebody and play. They either have Wi-Fi problems, they drop off,
man.
they don't show up. Like it's a running joke, but he's got a great show. He's got some really big things in the works coming for the next couple weeks. So everybody stay tuned. And I will let him announce it. But check out his show.
There you go. Shows. If you love podcasts, just come here, listen to us, and then we give you a whole bunch of other ones you can go out and listen to. It's a beautiful thing.
Hey, Dave, before we close out, can I give you guys just one last take and see if you think I'm crazy?
Yeah.
I can't wait. I love crazy questions. Let's do it. It's our partner crazy, Nikki. Let's find out.
So I was looking at the AFC and NFC this year, and I feel like the AFC is varsity and the NFC is JV. Like, if you look at the AFC, there's so many really good teams, right? Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati. The Chargers have looked great as of late. So you have like 4 or 5 teams that you look at, you're like, oh, these teams are really, really good and have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And the NFC is wide open because we don't trust anybody. The Eagles without Hurts have looked horrible. We've been talking about how fugazi Minnesota is. San Francisco's look great, but they do have a rookie at quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, we always say, Dallas is one step away from choking in the first round.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's looked horrible this year, right? So in the NFC, there's no one who you look at and is like, oh, these teams are awesome. AFC, you got 4 or 5 teams that you look at and you're like, oh, okay, I can see a road here. Even with Baltimore, if Lamar Jackson comes back and Lamar Jackson gets hot, you're like, oh, Baltimore now is a team with Lamar Jackson. So am I right in saying that AFC might be varsity this year and NFC could be JV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who said you were crazy?
Yeah,
A lot of people say I was crazy.
No, you can't listen to people on Twitter. I'm learning this. Like, you just can't.
I think people are getting too enamored with Philadelphia Eagles as if they're the one all be all in the entire.
You got to look at it collectively.
Exactly,
right?
100%.
I mean,
hey, look, if the Giants are. If you want to match up like the back end of are the Jaguars better than the Giants, or are the Titans better than the Redskins? I mean, some of that is like kind of crap. But yeah, look, when you talk about the AFC, the big boys, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Buffalo, that's probably the 3 best teams in the NFL, probably even over Philly right now because they're so banged up. So
I think the difference with the NFC is you can call that them a little bit more fugazi because they're one player away, all those teams, from just completely having a horrible season. Whereas I think in the AFC, there's a little bit more talent. You can have a serviceable quarterback, but you can have all this talent around you and, the team can be great. Whereas the NFC, like, we're seeing it, right? If you don't have Daniel Jones, forget it. You don't have Saquon, not happening. You don't have Hurts, look at this. You know what I mean? So I just think you're one player away from disaster.
I think that's the biggest point right there is the quarterback. So the quarterback is the most important position. It's not the whole team, but she said it right there. We talk Burrow, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson over Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
For sure. Now that's definitely where the biggest gap is in quarterback play. Because even Tom Brady, even though he's on the NFC side, and he has all the experience, he's the GOAT. Even he's been playing very, very inconsistently this year. So when you look at
104 years old, I'm so sick of this freaking guy already.
Yes, and part of being that old is being inconsistent, right? So when you talk about the NFC, I'm like, I can see where it's one of those years where it might set up to like those old Dallas Cowboys days when they play Buffalo and Dallas would destroy Buffalo because the NFC was so much tougher than the AFC. I can kind of see that happening this year. Hopefully, Super Bowl's not bad, but it's kind of set up that way.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. Wait, Brad. I'm thinking, are the Bills going to play the Eagles right now? I don't feel so comfortable with that right now. I'm kind of thinking Cincinnati may be the best team, and the Niners may be the best team in respective conferences. I don't know. It should be interesting. I think we're going to get a really good Super Bowl. I think that whoever does represent the NFC, it'll likely be either Philly or the 49ers, in my opinion. I can't see Minnesota doing it, Dallas doing it. Tom Brady's not going to have a thing. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. But the quarterback battle in the AFC, man, you nailed it. That's going to be big time.
Yeah.
All
man,
right.
You get Burrow, Herbert first round.
Oh,
my
come
God.
on. Are you kidding me? That's freaking phenomenal. Oh,
Yeah.
that is phenomenal. Well, these three quarterbacks are going to peace out for now because it's getting late. And, well, not for D over there. But he's in West Coast Vancouver or something like that.
I don't know where he is.
I don't know the time zones anymore. I'm terrible with this shit. But anyway, great show. Great fun. Thank you guys for joining in. We'll be back next week. Same time, same channel. Say peace.